Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Langley Speedway. My name is Ryan Wayne, and I will be the commentator here for tonight's events. It is officially ARCA night here on the Speed Demon Racing Network, and we have three great races on hand tonight. Starting out here at the Langley Speedway. Go ahead and get this over to our live camera feed here. We can fix whatever's going on here. I can refresh our timing and scoring here, but right now we got Derek Spedell on the pole. Go ahead and get that refreshed here in just a second. Eric Shaver now to the top of the charts at 15.590. There we go. A little bit of a bug right there with my timing and scoring. We're now going to head over here. And this is officially race number 50 in Rebel Valley Sim Club this year. It's just hard to believe. And races we've had so far. ARCA at Langley is going to be something a little bit different that these drivers haven't seen before. Now this all plays out tonight. And right now we've got Derek Shaver on the pole. Great effort for Derek Spedell. And now Trace McDowell goes to the top of the charts. And that number 34, driving for Podium Motorsports there.
Does anyone else have no core 2 guys?
Is anybody else parked on the wall right now? On this side?
Go ahead and adjust some audio here real quick, but take a look here at timing and scoring here. Trace McDowell right now at the top of the charts. Cameron Face now works his way up to P2. Didn't have a great race here tonight. Jet Miller also on track. Haven't seen him in quite some time. There, that number 88. He goes to P4. 15.594. So we are halfway through this qualifying session. Gavin Austin goes to P6. A big win for Gavin Austin last week in the 87s at Talladega. A thrilling last lap finish as he passed Daniel Mosteller to get the victory. Mosteller works his way to P5. Austin is going to slide across that start-finish line. He will be in P7 here at a 15.988. Wyatt Blair goes to P8, that number 73. Talked to Wyatt at the beginning of the broadcast. His new team here, he's trying to outnumber MC Motorsports, trying to become the big team here in the Rebel Valley Sim Club. He's got a lot of entries here tonight. One of them right now is Trace McDowell on the pole. Shaver back in third. You got Jet Miller fourth. Waiting to see if we got any other drivers on track. Yes, we do. Here's Joshua Fireball Colbreth in that number 8. He is currently 12th here on his first lap. See what he does here on lap number 2. And he goes to P8 at a 16 flat. So a good lap right there for Joshua Fireball Colbreth. And he will be P8 here as he's going to park it. Backstretch. So 24 drivers have posted a time here. You have Jordan Herring, who is in right now. I don't think he's posted a lap. Yeah, he's just sitting at the entrance to pit road right there, that number 72. At Royal Farms Toyota. I think he's just going to be starting in the back here. Take a look at the results here so far from qualifying. Not really surprised to see our front row here. Trace McDowell is a guy that his 2 races here in Rebel Valley on short tracks was able to win. Dominating fashion both, so not surprised to see him up here. And Cameron Face, a driver that has typically run well on the short tracks here in Rebel Valley. The 72 is going to go off the racetrack here, and just going to wait here to go straight into the race. Very competitive field here tonight. We've got 24 drivers currently in the session, well, 25 with Jordan Herring. We'll wait for this timer to expire here. It's going to be 5 more seconds, and we will go green. That's going to be the end of qualifying here from the Langley Speedway. And on the pole, we have Trace McDowell in that number 34. He'll look to go to victory lane for a 3rd time this year in Rebel Valley Sim Club. It's officially the 50th race this season in Rebel Valley Sim Club. Let's go ahead and introduce our starting lineup. On the pole, we've got Trace McDowell, who's 34, and Cameron Bates, the number 80. Row number 2, Derek Shaver and Jet Miller. Row number 3, Daniel Mosteller and Derek Spadell. Row 4, you've got Gavin Austin and Joshua Fireball Colbert. Row number 5, Wyatt Blair, the 73, and Cole Trudeau for MC Motorsports. Row 6, Ben Kuhn making his return to Rebel Valley, and then you've got Michael Good alongside him. Row 7, Brett Cobb making his Rebel Valley debut, and Nolan Kelly. Row 8, David Hamrick in the 32, and Josh Kenyon in the 27. Two veterans here in Rebel Valley, Chase Ingram and Nathan McLaughlin, row number 9. Row 10, we got Logan Bolt and Marty Schmela. Row 11, Aaron May in the 10, and Sebastian Sapien. Row number 12, Mason Lipke in the 88, and Papa Bear, Mike Campbell making his debut in Rebel Valley. You have Jordan Herring in the 72, and Frank DeAngelis is one of the band drivers here in Rebel Valley, but he will not be participating here tonight. Take a look at our field here on track. It should be an interesting one here tonight. Rebel Valley Sim 12 action. Let's take a look at our graphic. We're kind of what to expect here. 68-degree air temp, 95-degree track temp. A lot of drivers in practice are really struggling with grip. Spinning those Brito tires. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out tonight on this very small 0.3 of a mile racetrack. "25 cars nestled into this 0.3 of a mile short track. It's going to be a banger of a race number 1. Can't wait to have you here tonight. Trace McDowell and Cameron Face will lead us down to the green flag as the field's going to work their way into turn number 4 and into turn 1. We're underway here at Langley. Got to be careful here in turn number 1. Like we do have a crash. That's Brett Cobb in the 48, single car spin. Gonna have a lot going on here tonight, but it's gonna be Trace McDowell who leads lap number 1. Top 6, single file. Here's a battle here. We've got Cole Trudeau in the 84. You also have the Joshua Fireball Colbert and Derek Slodell. And these laps are gonna fly by in a hurry, so these drivers are gonna be very careful tonight. Carefully work your way through the field. Great battles here on the racetrack. You see Jet Miller trying to get a peek on the inside of, I believe that is Gavin Austin, as these a lot of bumper beating and banging right behind. See Miller works his way up to P5, and now Austin under attack here from Cole Trudeau in the 84. Bit of a bumper right there with the end contact. Shaver goes around. And Cole Trudeau collected as well in the 84, and the caution flag is out for the first time today on lap number 4, heading into lap 5. Very fortunate break right there for Derek Shaver to not get fully sent around. He's going to be able to stay in the top 5. We'll have to take a look at what happened here. We'll see what the admins decide to do here to make this a quick yellow, but let's take a look at what happened to bring out the caution. Wreck's already happening on the timestamp. Let's go very closely right here, and let's see what happens in slow motion. Like the 88 may have come up there a little bit, and it's just gonna clip the number 30 of Derek Shaver, and you see it looks like maybe some contact from behind there with the 8 of Joshua Fireball Colbert into Cole Trudeau. Nothing really the 8 could do. It was just a chain reaction right there, and that's what brought out our first caution today here in lap number 4. We're under a caution here. Looks like we're going to go 1 to green next time by. One car coming onto pit road. That is Nolan Kelly there in the number 21. With the Maples Motorsports logo on the hood and the sides. 21 machine. Going to rejoin at the tail end of the field back in 25th. We'll go green next time by. Let's reset the field here with Trace McDowell out front here in this number 34. And you've got Cameron Face in P2. Daniel Mosteller is up to P3. Gavin Austin is P4. And then Derek Shaver, got a fortunate break right there. He and Jet Miller are side by side here in road number 3. Against Slidell. Fireball Culverth, Cole Trudeau was able to gain his spots back after the incident. And you also have, I believe that's Michael Good, who should be in the top 10. Wait to see how this all plays out. Looks like Josh Kenyon is going to take that spot. But here we go. Get ready to go back to green, this time by. Starter has the green flag in hand. And we're going back to green here on lap number 9. Back underway here at Langley. And a huge jump on that restart by Trace McDowell. And that's going to open the door here for Daniel Mossler to work his way up to P2. And the big loser on that restart was Cameron Bass, and he's continuing to hemorrhage spots here on the outside. Right on board here with the 80 of Cameron Bass. A really nice job getting that car back to the inside line. Really want to be on the inside here at this racetrack. It's such a one-lane racetrack, and I know that Gavin Austin's message there on the rear is going to be helpful if Cameron Bass continues to heat up that back bumper, but stays in line right there in P4. We need a battle here on the racetrack. Derek Shaver here side by side with Nathan McLaughlin in the 57. McLaughlin's a driver typically runs that number 57. It's one of his favorite numbers. And started Derek Shaver really struggling right now on that outside line. For attack now from Wyatt Blair in the 73. We also have Marty Schmela, who did not have a good qualifying effort. Started back in 20th, and he's worked his way up to P15. Very impressive. You still have all 25 cars running here in this race. Still continues to battle side by side here as the laps are just clicking by here at Langley. Ben Kuhn in 17th. He's battling here with Shaver. Chase Singer back in 18th. There's Logan Bolt. And Sebastian Safian and Nolan Kelly. We'll have to keep our eye on Nolan Kelly. He came down pit road that last time. Battle here with Aaron Bay, so drop him back to 22nd. Good works their way through here on lap number 15. The lap times last time by. Trace McDowell has put up some really good lap times here in this number 34. No strange to victory lane here on these short tracks. In fact, his 2 wins in Rail Valley have both come on short tracks this year. He knows how to get it done. Great views here around this Langley Speedway. Top 3 now single file here. It's back to the gap here. A battle here for P5, I believe. That is Jet Miller and Derek Slidell. The bump and run right there out of the 88 of Jet Miller. They stay side by side. It looks like Derek Slidell is going to get the spot here in that 10. Well, as soon as I say that, he got into the marbles and he's going to lose a couple more spots. That's Joshua Fireball Colbert who's going to get to his inside. You also have Josh Kinney there in the 27. Closing in that Cacti Chevrolet. Contact from behind. That's Derek Slidell in the number 10. Nice save, though, from Derek Slidell. And they're going to keep it going. But Slidell drops all the way back here to P8. And now in the clutches of Nathan McLaughlin here as well. Take a look at our biggest gainers here so far in this race. A lot of drivers doing a nice job working their way through this field. You have Josh Kenyon, who's up plus 10 from the start of this race. Who's done a nice job. There's Nathan McLaughlin, who's also up plus 10. Marty Schmela is up 9. And Jordan Herring in the 72. He's in danger of losing a spot here to Derek Shaver in the 30, but he's done a nice job. He's up 10 spots from the start of this race as well, after starting at the rear of the field. Trace McDowell continues to lead, but you see Daniel Mosteller just trying to heat up that back bumper to get up to that number 34. Mistakes like that is going to allow the 87 to catch up here. We'll take a look at timing and scoring the last time by. On the timing and scoring here. Wow, McDowell just barely ahead here of Daniel Mosteller. Good lap times there from the 2 of Gavin Austin, who's trying to get his second win this year in Rebel Valley. Couple laps to go until the halfway point of this race. Trace McDowell continues to lead here. And, oh, a big crash. That is the number 5 of Michael Good, along with Josh Kinney there in the 27. Talk about a jump scare right there with the 5. Looks like he is going to get able to get it back going. No caution from the admins, and we keep this green. We are halfway through this race here at Langley, the 50th race in Rebel Valley Sim Club this year. Trace McDowell has led all 25 laps in that number 34 car, and he's just trying to hold on here with the number 87 Daniel Mosteller all on his tail. Right off the gyro cam here, this 87. Lap traffic might play a role here. That's Sebastian Sapien, the number 77 that these leaders are getting ready to catch here. Back in 21st. We still have 21 cars on the lead lap. So trying to heat up that back bumper. Let's look at the lap times the last time by. Yeah, these two very equal in lap times right now. It's all looking about who can get through this lap traffic. Does McDowell have enough to hold off Daniel Mosteller? As you see a nice move there from the 77 of Sebastian Sapien. Field working their way into turn number 1 here. Main battle here up front. You see McDowell's going to answer the call right here. He's going to pick up the pace a little bit on this 87 of Mosteller. These top 4 have really gapped themselves away from the rest of the field. Got Cameron Face, hold on to P4. You have a call here to Joshua Fireball Colmer for this 8 car. He's running in P5. Nice run for him. Nathan McLaughlin up plus 12 here from the start of this race. He's done a nice job working his way through the field. Got a crash here. Logan Bolt has gone around here in the 08. No caution yet. Drivers are going to keep it green here for now, but it's 18 to go this time. These battles are just raging on here. We've got Cameron Pace, who's caught his way up to number 2 of Gavin Austin. Going to stay right behind him. Our 2 big teams here in Rebel Valley Sim Club are all representing well here. You've got Austin for, well, Austin drives for RGR, but you got Cameron Face in the 80, Marty Schmela and Cole Trudeau all driving for MC Motorsports. Those 3 are in the top 10. You also have Podium Motorsports there with the 73 and the 34. You guys are also having nice efforts here so far. Tell you what, this 08 is really becoming a nuisance here for these leaders. That is Logan Bolt. He's going to get out of the way here. See how much they can hold on here as we're at 15 to go this time. There's battles all over this racetrack. It's really fun to watch. Just looking all around the pack, you've got Marty Schmela here, David Hamrick. Logan Bolt just almost went around right there again this 08. You got Chase Ingram, Aaron May, Jordan Herring. That's a 3-car cluster battle. Back for 13th through 15th. You got Mason Lidke. Oh, Cameron Pace really set it in right there, trying to get around Gavin Austin. Here comes the bump here from the 80 into the back of the number 2. It's for that final spot on the podium. Leaders separated by 0.2 of a second. Here's the 80 trying to get to the inside of Gavin Austin here. 12 to go at the stripe here at Langley. Still side by side going into the corner. We continue to fight on this side-by-side battle. The gap still about 0.2 of a second between Trace McDowell and Daniel Mosteller. Face is going to get clear, so put Cameron Face up to P3. 11 to go this time. Look back up front here. Daniel Mosteller trying to close in on that back bumper. Trace McDowell's got to be really careful here. He does not want to give up this inside line. It's going to be all about defensive driving here from this 34 car. And a lot of drivers had single car spins here late in this race. Is that going to play a factor here as we are getting into this tire life on these tires? We do have a crash on track. David Hamrick into 32. This is going to be a tough spot here for the leaders. He stopped in the middle of the racetrack. We'll see what happens here. He is going to get it back together. And they're going to keep this green. So no caution. We're going to stay green here with 8 to go. And we have 15 cars on the lead lap. That is the 88 of Mason Lidke, who's ahead of the 34 and the 87. Don't think he's going to play a role here in this finish. We'll see how this plays out here with 6 laps to go this time. If you look ahead here of this number 34, a lot of lap traffic up ahead here of these leaders. These are all drivers fighting for position here late in this race. These lap times are oh so close right now between this top 4. Lap traffic is going to play a big role here with 4 to go this time. As Jordan Herring is going to get the bumper here to Logan Bolt. 34 got to be really careful right now with lap traffic with 3 to go. And contact there with the 72 and the 34. That's going to put Jordan Herring a lap down. So 13 cars on the lead lap with 2 to go this time. Daniel Mosteller all over the back bumper here of Trace McDowell. One driver going for his 3rd win this year. The other one going for their 15th. This time by the stripe. It's going to be 1 to go here from Langley. Who's going to have the advantage? Is it going to be the 34 or the 87? A 2-car battle here at the end of this 50-lap feature. Here comes the bump from Mosteller. He gets into the back of Trace McDowell. Here he goes to the inside. We're going to have a photo finish here. Daniel Mosteller gets it done here from Langley. Perfect execution of the bump and run right there from Daniel Mosteller. And he wins by 7 1/1000ths of a second here in race number 1 as the field dies right there in turn 1 as well. Heartbreak for Trace McDowell leading 49 of the 50 laps. And Daniel Mosteller just led in 1 corner. And he's able to survive and win here at Langley. What a race here for race number 1. Before we get an interview with him, we'll go back and take a look at that replay on that pass by Daniel Mosteller. Here they are coming to the checkered. Watch this 87. Perfect execution of the bump and run. They get side by side to the stripe. And Mosteller just barely edges out ahead of his 34 of Trace McDowell to get the victory. What a finish. We'll go ahead and get Daniel Mosteller here in the Discord. We'll get his thoughts on that race. All right, Daniel Mosteller, this is Ryan Wayne in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do. Hello.
What a battle between you and Trace McDowell right there at the end. You two were established a gap by over 2 seconds over the 3rd place car there of Cameron Face. And Demos, you led one. I mean, you basically had 1 corner and got around Trace McDowell with that bump and run there. Talk to us about that execution and how you got your 15th win in Rebel Valley this year.
Yeah, it was a really good race. It was a lot of fun. I was just managing my stuff, you know, at least waiting for lap traffic to kind of see if I could get the lead that way. But we both managed lap traffic equally, so I think those last 10 laps I really started to kind of apply the pressure, I felt like, and there were probably a couple of opportunities around that 10 to go range where I probably could have used the bumper, but I just sat back and waited, you know, because don't want to use it too early and then, you know, have a reason for him to give it back to me later on in the race in case we get like a yellow or something. So I was just kind of taking my time there, and then I got my opportunity there with 1 to go, and I'm pretty proud of that bump and run. I probably one of the cleaner ones I've done on the game, so I'm happy the execution was there. I hate that I had to use the bumper to make a pass, but that's short track racing, I guess. I had a lot of fun battling with Trace there. That was a lot of fun. So I really appreciated the hard battle there, and happy to get the win. But most importantly, just happy to have a fun race here, like always.
That was a fun race indeed. A lot of great battles all over the field. And we had a lot of comers and goers, and well, had a couple of guys who started back in mid-pack, able to get top 10s. Just a great battle all the way around. And congratulations once again on your 15th win in Rebel Valley Sim Club, and hope to see you here for our next 2 races.
Thank you very, very much, Ryan.
All right, and that is Daniel Mosteller in the 87. We also have Trace McDowell in the booth, our runner-up here tonight. Trace McDowell, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
A great battle between you and the 87 of Daniel Mosteller right at the end of the race. You led 49 of the 50 laps. What did you feel like you could have done a little bit differently to be able to get your 3rd win in Rebel Valley this year?
I couldn't have done anything differently. I knew it was coming since lap 20 when he lined up behind me. I knew he was going to wait till the last lap. It just sucks that he waited till the last lap to do it, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it was a tough spot right there for you. Honestly, you did a really good job navigating around that lap traffic. You guys were able to work your way up to, I believe, we only had 13 cars finish on the lead laps. You guys did a good job working through that lap traffic. But either way, great result for you, and also for your team there with Podium Motorsports. All in all, great result in race number 1, and hope to see you here for races 2 and 3.
All right, thank you. It was a good race.
All right, and that is Trace McDowell. We got time for one more interview before we move on to race number 2, and we have the number 5 of Michael Good here. Michael Good, this is Ryan Wayne in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
I think we might have had the jump scare of the race here. I turned over the camera to you, and you just smacked the turn 1 wall. I believe it was in the middle of the race. You ended up a lap down back in the, looking at the finishing results right now, back in the 17th position. Talk to us about what happened there to send you around in turn number 1.
I don't know, man. Like, I was, throughout the entire race, I felt that I did have my pace. I was moving around cars despite starting in P12. I know Josh Kenyon was going to be a bit of a tough battle. I don't really have anything against him, nor do I really blame him too much for what happened. I tried to get around him because, you know, he was slow, and I was trying to, like, go around him on the outside and on the front stretch. We made a little bit of door contact. He got sideways, overcorrected straight into me, and I went around into the wall. Had to wait a little bit before I could get it turned around, but that was a very disappointing moment for me.
Yeah, we're catching here on the replay now. Yeah, there's a tough break right there with the 27. Yeah, you see him overcorrects right there, and it just sent you right around in that turn 1 wall. Just a tough break for you right there. But I know you had that result last week at Homestead, and what are your expectations here for our next race here, ARCA at Iowa? Do you think you've got a good shot at getting a good finish, race number 2?
I have a 0% chance of getting the win in Iowa because I don't have it, but I'll be there for Chicagoland.
Okay, I appreciate the honesty right there, and we'll hope to see you here for race number 3 at Chicagoland. We'll see how you do there.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's going to be Michael Good, and that's going to be our final interview here before we transition over to race number 2, and that's going to be ARCA at Iowa. So give me about 5 to 10 minutes to get that session set up, and I will be right back. All right, welcome to race number 2 tonight, and here at the Iowa Speedway. Very fast very fast 3/4 mile short track here in Newton, Iowa. Heck of a show here for race number 2 tonight. Short track race here at the ARCA cars. In race number 1, we saw Daniel Bosteller come away with a photo finish over the number 34 of Trace McDowell, won by 7/1000ths of a second. They won the cars here on the racetrack. We've got 20 cars that have posted a time here so far. Even Trace McDowell, currently the fastest right now in this session. Let's give a call to Reed Holland. Him right there, the number 28, running a, I believe that's a Michael Self throwback seam there in the Sinclair Oil Chevrolet. P2 right now. Haven't seen Reed Holland in quite some time. Had an amazing run to the Asphalt 500, came home 3rd in that race. We haven't seen him since, so good to see him back here in Rebel Valley. He's P2 right now. We got Cameron Face, who's trying to build off his podium finish last race. He's a driver that has won Iowa before here in Rebel Valley. Around this 80 tonight. Nathan McLaughlin currently P4 here in practice in his 57. Pennsylvania driver had a great run in race number 1. Way up to P6, and now Cameron Face goes to the top of the charts. Gavin Austin P5. There's Ingram there in 6th, and Kohler McGillen, who had made his pre-race debut last week. 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s. Not too shabby in your first 3 starts. Currently P7 right now in this practice session. You've got David Hamrick in P8, number 20. Then you have Jordan Herring and Aaron May currently top 10. Kohler McGillen right there, the number 48. Also want to welcome a couple new guys in here that are running, did not race in race number 1. There's Matt Grab, the number 53. Response that is on that car, but either way, nice to see him back. And we also have Richard Toledo, also racing here in that number 29 car. 23 drivers here registered here for race number 2. Great turnout here in these races. Look forward to having you here on the Speed Demon Racing Network. So closing in now on the end of practice. It's going to be Cameron Face right now at the top of the charts with Trace McDowell in 2nd. "22 cars that posted a lap here on the track, but I don't know what that was for there with the 34, the 28, but hey, this is practice. It's not like if I saw that in the race, I probably would feel a little bit different, but this is practice. Let these guys just get all the silliness out of the way here first and get racing on here. Closing in the final 10 seconds here of practice. We take a look at the cars currently posting times on the racetrack. Ben Kuhn back here for this second race, along with Joshua Fireball Colpeth. There's Papa Bear Campbell at the number 71. David Hamrick, Cameron Face, Jordan Herring, Garrett Shaver. Majority of the field that ran in race number 1 are here in race number 2. It's always awesome to see these guys trying to improve their craft and trying to work their way up the leaderboard here. All right, we're going to go ahead and head into qualifying now. Again, this is going to be a 10 or a 5-minute qualifying session. Let's see who gets on track first. Here's Nathan McLaughlin, who's going to head right out there, the number 57. Nathan has 1 win this year in Rebel Valley, and that came on the Mazda MX-5s at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Probably one of the crazier finishes we've seen in Rebel Valley Sim Club history. That's his 1 win this year. We also have Chase Ingram, who's on track there in the 01. Always runs that number 01 McDonald Chevrolet. A little bit of lap down here on the racetrack, along with a lot of cars here. Here's Aaron May there in the 10 as well. And the iRacing Ford. Talking to him before the start of the broadcast, and he typically runs a snap-on car. With Ben Kuhn running a snap-on scheme this week, he wanted to switch it up, and he's running his Ford. the racetrack. Reed Holland now goes to the top of the charts with, I don't know what's going on here with timing and score. I've got to refresh that again, but Reed Holland goes to the top of the charts here to 23.373 by 2/1000ths of a second over Aaron May. Trace McDowell, and now Marty Schmalitz on the top, 23.340. And Cameron Pace is going to one-up him to a 23.291. Fastest speed we have seen so far here in qualifying. And after that, Kohler McGillen originally had it as a 1-2-3 for MC Motorsports, and David Hamrick said, and he puts his way up to P2, 23.328. The 16 drivers have posted a time here so far. We've got Ben Kuhn here on the racetrack as well, the number 17. He's going to loop around here at the start-finish line. He's going to stay in that 15th spot here so far. Let's have Mason Gubick, one of the drivers that ran the Asphalt 500. Yeah, Miller worked his way up to P14. We'll see what the number 2 does at the line. And he's going to stay P18 here on that lap. We'll have Jet Miller goes up to 12. One big omission here from this race. No Daniel Mosteller. He is not racing here at Iowa. Might be open a whole lot of opportunities here for some other drivers trying to get maybe their first win this year, like a David Hamrick, like a Colin McGillen, Reed Holland, or even a Richard Toledo. Just somebody you normally don't see here up toward the front get a chance to win a race here in Revel Valley. The 71 of Mike Papa Bear Campbell is going to be P20 on his lap. We also have Brett Kolb here, the number 14. He ran in race number 1. He had an early spin in the race, but we'll see what this number 14 can do. Joshua Fireball Colbert and Gavin Austin have each posted 2 laps, so they're going to be at the back. We'll see what this 14 does here. He's currently 21st, and he just worked his way up to 18th. So our field is now set here at Iowa. We're just going to wait for the timer to expire here. We've got about a minute remaining in qualifying before we advance to the main event. Great look at the infield of dreams here at the Iowa Speedway. I'm kind of intrigued to see how this track will be next year after the official announcement that the entire track is going to be repaved. Yeah, you see the statement right there by the Hy-Vee sign, the fastest short track on the planet. Yeah, I definitely think they've got a saying for that, because I'm curious to see how the repave is going to go here at Iowa. Pave all 4 corners around this racetrack, and you can see how that all turns out. So we got about 30 seconds remaining now in this qualifying session. We're just waiting for the timer to expire. All 24 drivers loaded into the session have either posted a lap or have done their 2 laps of qualifying. Sure to scan that QR code in the top right corner to join the Discord. Stay up to date here with the latest races, and also make sure to check out our website at revelvalleysimclub.com for more information as well. We've reached the 5-minute timer here, and we're getting ready to go racing here at Iowa. So 10 laps shorter compared to Langley. It's going to be a 40-lap race here at Iowa, as we've got the field now lining up onto pit road. I'm really intrigued here with this Iowa Speedway. This is a track that normally sometimes produces multi-groove racing, but I don't know if this is going to be like Langley, where everyone's going to fight for the bottom of the racetrack. It's all going to be interesting to see how this plays out tonight. Before we start ahead and drop the green flag, let's introduce our starting lineup. Cameron Pace and David Hamrick will lead us down here with the green flag. Row number 2, we have paired MC Motorsports teammates with Marty Schmela and Colin McGillen. Row 3, Reed Holland, the number 28, and Aaron May, the number 10. Derek Shaver in the number 30, and then Trace McDowell, number 34. Nathan McLaughlin and Richard Toledo, who's making his debut tonight. Derek Sladell, the number 10, and you have Mac Grab, the number 53. Jet Miller in the 88, and Chase Ingram. For number 8, Wyatt Blair, the 73, and Jordan Herring in the 72. Nolan Kelly in the 21, and Brett Cobb in the 14. For number 10, Ben Kuhn in the 17, and Mason Rubin. For 11, you've got Papa Bear Campbell and Josh Kenyon. Gavin Austin and Joshua Fireball Colbert will round out our field tonight. Field works their way around this racetrack. Let's kind of give you a rundown of kind of what to expect here tonight. 77-degree air temp, 85-degree track temp. This is one of the more intriguing short tracks on the schedule. It's been quite a while since we've run this combo, and can't forget to talk about the controversy that happened the last time we ran here after Chase Sproul and Chase Ingram got together on the final lap. Chase Sproul potentially wrecked Chase Ingram. Win was given to second place Wyatt Blair, getting through the mess, and Chase Sproul was sent toward the tail end of the field. His win was stripped away from him. So hopefully we don't have any controversy here tonight, but really never know here at this racetrack. We have 23 cars on track here for race number 2. And we've got Cameron Face in the 80 and a 20 of David Hamrick. A 40-lap race here for race number 2 as the pace car makes the hard left turn onto pit road. It's going to be Face and Hamrick side by side, and we're green here from Iowa. Look at them fanning out. We got a crash. That's Aaron May in the 10. Along with Kohler McGillen, we've got more cars going around there. I think that's the 72 of Jordan Herring. And more crashing here. I think I saw Reed Holland in the 28, but that escalated very quickly going into turn number 1 as the field was just going 3 and 4 wide right on the start. We're under yellow here for the first time early on here on lap 1. Let's take a look and see what happened to bring out the caution. I saw the 10 of Aaron May was the first car to go around. I don't know if he had some help there from maybe Kohler McGillen, but let's take a look and see what happened. Let's watch the start once again. Keep an eye here on the number 10 of Aaron May. See the stack up. Oh yeah, just a stack up right there. The 28 gets into the 48. There's damage there from Chase Ingram. And then the 28 of Reed Holland just gets into Nathan McLaughlin. Reed Holland just caused 2 accidents right there just on the opening lap and sent him around. That's what sent the 10 around. Go back and watch this again. Watch the 28 right here. That's Sinclair Oil Chevrolet. Contact there from McLaughlin. Maybe McLaughlin's kind of what started that, and I don't know if the 28 just got loose and when it all escalated right there to bring out the yellow. So under caution early here on lap number 3. See what the admins decide to do here. Once we go back to racing. Looks like it's going to be lap number 5. We go back to green. So the top 3 will remain the same. Kind of like what we saw in that first caution there. We saw Derek Shaver, who spun after the caution flag came out. He was able to keep his position. And that's exactly what happened there with the 57 of Nathan McLaughlin. He's going to be able to keep that 4th position after that yellow flag came out. Matt Grab and Derek Shaver, are currently out of this race. We've got 22 cars remaining on the racetrack with Cameron Face and David Hamrick leading us back down to green. Pace car makes the hard left turn on the pit road. We're ready to go back racing here. We'll see if we can get some green flag laps in, but we're back underway here at Iowa. A nice jump there by Cameron Face. You see contact with Nathan McLaughlin into David Hamrick. They're going to clear this number 20. It's going to be a 1-2 MC Motorsports run here with Trace McDowell up to third. We got another crash here. That's Derek Skladale in the 10, right in front of Ben Kuhn, and he puts it hard on the wall. Nothing the 17 can do, and he was just on for the rise. That's going to be a tough break for Ben Kuhn, but we continue to stay green here on lap number 6. The early aggression going on here at Iowa. Cameron Face is just what he wants to see right now, up by half a second over his boss, Marty Schmela. Back through the rest of this field. How about Gavin Austin in this number 2? Started at the tail end of this field, and he's already up to P9 here in this number 2 car. Nice run for Gavin Austin. Then we got another crash here. That's the 77. That's Joshua Fireball Colbreth. And single car spin off the racetrack, so we're going to keep this green. Mistake there from the 8 of Marty Schmela. He's going to drop back to P4. The 34, Trace McDowell, works his way up to third. And Nathan McLaughlin up to second. Continue to battle for position here. Top 9 cars all single file now. We'll go back to 10th place where we've got a cluster of 4 cars right here. This is Wyatt Blair in the 73, the 29 of Richard Toledo. You also have Jordan Herring in the 72 and Josh Kinney in the 27. A lot of experience right here between 12th and 13th here on the racetrack. These two drivers have run a lot of races here in Rebel Valley Sim Club. They're getting out here for position right around the midfield. You need to stay side by side here as we'll be at 30 laps to go next time at the stripe. We might be 4 wide here going into turn 4. This is going to get interesting. 4 wide here for the 10th spot. Smart move there by the 29 of Richard Toledo. But what a battle here. This is for the last spot inside the top 10. Nobody's giving an inch. You see the 77 of Joshua Fireball Colbert, who's trying to get a caution right here. He is off the racetrack, and post call right there with King 27. Head back up front here with the number 80 of Cameron Face. He's won one race in Rebel Valley this year, and that was also on a flat track. That was at Phoenix, and a caution is out on the racetrack. There it is right there. That's Jet Miller in the number 88. And that looks like heavy damage right there for Jet Miller. We'll have to take a look and see what happened to the number 88 as that brings out our second caution of the day. All right, let's take a look at what happened here. It's the number 88 of Jet Miller. Already contact right here with the 2 of Gavin Austin. Let's take a look one more time. Oh yeah, that's just a bump right there for the 2 of Gavin Austin. Wow, Reed Holland just barely avoids him, and Josh Kenyon just nowhere to go, slams right into the side of the 27. And also the 2 other cars there for Podium Project Motorsports. That was Wyatt Blair in the 73 and the 14 of Brett Cobb. Nothing Josh Kenyon could do right there. Just absolutely destroy that race car. Let's ride on board here with Kenyon in the 27. That was actually the wrong camera angles. My apologies about that. Let's back up one more time. Let's ride on board. Just drove right into the side of that 88 and just destroys that front end of that Cacti Chevrolet. That's going to be the end of the night here for Josh Kenyon. We've got some cars here on pit road on lap number 15 after the contact between the 88 and the 2. I'm sure the 88's not going to be happy with that move there from Gavin Austin. Got field here, working the way here to 1 to go next time by. If you're curious about pit stops, the top 8 on the racetrack have not come down pit road. Jordan Herring is the highest of the drivers that have pitted here so far. He came in on lap number 2. A couple guys came in on lap 13. Under this previous caution, the highest running right now is Derek Slidell, the number 10. You see him right there, that Monaco Zero Designs Toyota. Back in P12 here for this restart. So we'll watch the 10 here on the start. But it's going to be Cameron Face leading us back down to green. We are back underway here at Iowa. Well, how about the 57 Nate McLaughlin? He just forced his way down to that inside line, but that's going to open the door here. And contact, McLaughlin goes around. Going to collect Reed Holland, Jordan Herring, Derek Slidell, and the caution is out again. After a clean race number 1, race number 3 has turned into a little bit of a demolition derby, and you see the 57 not happy with David Hamrick. Tempers are flaring here in race number 2. We'll go back and take a look at what happened. All right, let's go back to this restart here as we are under caution. See what the field does here as you're all checked up here on the inside. Let's take a look at what happened here on that restart. Watch the 57 here of Nate McLaughlin. Yeah, bump right there from the 20. Surprisingly enough, yeah, looks like he got minimal damage. There's Holland in the 28 and also Derek Slidell there in the 10. We're on our 3rd caution of the day. So Wyatt Blair has just decided to get a lap ahead of the field, so he's going to have to come back down pit road and drop the tail end. He is on pit road now, so he will not be the race leader. That's a mistake there by the 73. Keep in mind, drivers who are lapped down here in Rebel Valley are allowed to get their laps back on the outside before the 1 to green. So 73 coming down. He will go to the tail end of the field, but how this all plays out, it's going to be 20 to go next time by. See what happens here with the pace car, but Cameron Face has been the man out in front for a lap here so far. We'll wait for the 73 to drop back to tail end of the field. He was caught up in that incident with Josh Kenyon and Jet Miller. Reset the running order here. We've got Cameron Face out front. You have Trace McDowell in 2nd. Cole McGillen in 3rd. We have Gavin Austin in 4th. And then David Hamrick rounds out our top 5. I have to keep our eye right here on 5th and 7th because the 57 saw him voice his frustrations after that wreck. See if we might see some retaliation here going into turn number 1. But it's going to be Cameron Face here leading us back down to the green. It'll be 21 laps to go. We go back racing here. Cameron Face is the control car here on the inside, and we're back underway. The big winner on that restart right there was the 2 of Gavin Austin. They are swarming like bees right behind. One car went all the way up against the wall. I think that was the 77 of Joshua Fireball Colbert. They're going to shoot it down into turn number 3. Cameron Face is still out front. It's going to be 20 to go next time by for the driver, the number 80. Trace McDowell in 2nd. Here's the battle for 3rd. You have Gavin Austin and Colo McGillen. There's Marty Schmela in the 8. And you also have the 57 of Nathan McLaughlin. Trying to work his way back up. We saw him as high as second earlier in this race. And works their way into turn number 1. The 8 and 2 here still side by side. Right on board here with our Talladega 87's winner, Gavin Austin. He's being very patient right now, and that's David Hamrick. What a save by Hamrick. I thought he was about to wreck that number 20 Toyota Camry. Did an amazing job keeping control of that car as he continues to fight here inside the top 10. We give a call as well to Papa Bear Campbell right behind at 11, making his second start here in Rebel Valley. He's right there in P11. Nice run there for Papa Bear Campbell. And how about Richard Toledo in this 29, another driver making his Rebel Valley debut. He's side by side here with the 57 Maple block here for P6. That 80th Cameron Pace is on cruise control right now. He is up by 1.4 seconds over Trace McDowell. I have to wonder if McDowell is holding up this group right behind. Let's take a look at the lap times last time by. Yeah, Cameron Pace is just putting on a heater at a 23.3. McDowell 23.589. Barnes catching up right on his back bumper. He's got to be very careful here. So a close call with the 2 of Gavin Austin and the 48 of Cole McGillen as they go into turn 1. A little weird right there. Look at the 48 and the 2 pace through each other. Cole McGillen's going to retake that third spot, and he gets into Trace McDowell. What a save by Trace McDowell. And opening up the door, that's Richard Toledo making his Rebel Valley debut. He goes up to second. I definitely think we're going to see some retaliation here. There's contact with McDowell into David Hamrick, and around goes Marty Schmela. Hard to the wall goes Hamrick and McDowell. And the caution flag is out here on lap number 28. I'm not going to lie to you, I think that was kind of expected with everyone being bunched up together like that. That was bound to happen. You see heavy suspension damage there on the 20 of David Hamrick, and nothing Marty Schmela could do in the 8. And also you see some sparks flying out of the 01. That is Chase Ingram in that McDonald Chevrolet. The multi-car incident puts us under yellow again here on lap number 29. We've got some cars now coming onto pit road. We'll review the replay after these cars come into the pits. A couple guys stay out on the racetrack. See what happens here. Let's go ahead and pull up our pop-up, and let's see who's going to win the race off pit road. It's going to be Cameron Face and Gavin Austin. Those guys took 4 tires. Or actually, it might have been 2 tires. Only 9-second stops in their box, so that's going to be a 2-tire stop. I need to fix that pit cycle graphic as well. But yeah, a lot of the field here coming in for 4 tires. Got a couple guys on 2. A big wreck right there to put us under caution. Trace McDowell goes around. It's like what happened real quick before we head back to green. There's McDowell in the 34. Gets up into Derek Slidell, comes down into David Hamrick. Oh, wow, that is a vicious hit for those guys. Just an absolutely vicious hit for Hamrick and the 8 of Marty Schmela as well. Trace McDowell also sustained a lot of damage from that. So 1 to go here this time by. I really like the calls here from Richard Toledo and the number 71 of Papa Bear Campbell. These two have never won a race here in Rebel Valley. You got 29 making his debut, the 71 making his second start, and also Aaron May in the 10 is on the racetrack as well. So Aaron May came down lap 17. The 29 and the 71 came down lap 13. So 3 drivers on old tires here in its front 3 spots. Here we go. Let's see how this all plays out. Back to green here at Iowa. Cameron Pace got boxed in right there. We've got a potential spin, and around goes Jordan Herring. And that's also Wyatt Blair in the 73. We're still going to keep this green for now, but it's Richard Toledo in the 29 out front. Papa Bear Campbell drops back to 7th. Aaron May is in 4th. The guy in the best position right now is Gavin Austin in the 2. Trying to get his second win in Rebel Valley this year. He got it last week, his first one last week at the Talladega 87s, but here comes Cameron Pace. But Richard Toledo right now is our race leader, and it's going to be 7 to go next time by. Can the old tires pay off? Look at Cameron Pace. What a move by Cameron Pace. Sends it all the way to the inside on the number 2 of Gavin Austin. And talk about a guy, where did he come from? How about Joshua Fireball Colbert? We saw him turned around earlier in the race. He's up to P4 here with 6 to go. And now here comes Cameron Pace to the inside. Caution is out on the racetrack. That's Trace McDowell in the 34. We were just about to have a side-by-side battle for the lead, and Trace McDowell is around here in turn 4. That brings out our 5th caution of the day. All right, let's take a look at what happened here to Trace McDowell. Oh, yeah, that's a big hit right there. Right into that outside wall. And yeah, I can see why the caution was thrown. Yeah, oncoming traffic as well. And a car stopped right on that outside. Caution had to be thrown there. We'll see how this plays out here once we go back to green. We'll go ahead and give you a rundown of the field, but it's Richard Toledo out front. Now, he is on old tires at number 29 car, but he's the leader. Cameron Pace is the highest of drivers that came down pit road. Now, he took 2 right side tires on that stop. It's going to go 1 to green already, so the admins have decided to make this go green. We're going to have a 3-lap shootout here to the finish. So Toledo, Pace, Austin, Colbreth, Aaron May. That is your top 5 here for the restart. Also give a call to Brett Kolb and Nolan Kelly, who are running 9th and 10th right now. Good runs for them. Here we go. Going back to green. Can Richard Toledo hold on here to get his first win? Green flag, and we're back underway. Advantage right now, Toledo, but here comes Cameron. Oh, and around goes the 29. He had help from Gavin Austin. And Cameron Pace goes to the lead here. It'll be 2 to go next time. That is just what you wanted to see if you're Cameron Pace. And he has got a gap right here with 2 to go. Nathan McLaughlin at second. There's going to be contact here with Fireball Colbreth. They continue to battle here for P2. Guys are a second back. They're going to hope for a miracle here at the end. Here comes Gavin Austin, but it's going to be Cameron Pace lead us to the white flag. 1 to go here from Iowa. A dominating performance here for the number 80 of Cameron Pace. We've got a crash. Gavin Austin and Joshua Fireball Colbreth and Nathan McLaughlin all came together, and Gavin Austin's around again. What is going on? This is a huge pileup on the final lap. We'll see who gets through, but coming to the line, Cameron Face is going to win here at Iowa. Joshua Fireball Colbert comes home second, Jordan Herring third, Aaron May fourth, and Richard Toledo rounds out our top 5. What a collision right there at the end, and just a very sloppy race overall. But Cameron Face gets his second win in Rebel Valley this year in dominating fashion from the pole position. That is win number 2 this year in Rebel Valley for Cameron Face. Had a knack for running well on these flat tracks, and he gets it done once again. We'll go ahead and get him in the interview room here. His thoughts on that finish. We'll wait here for the 80 of Cameron Face to join the interview room. I don't really know how to describe that finish right there. That was a cluster, to say the least, of what happened right at the end. Well, Nathan McLaughlin, Gavin Austin all fighting together, but I don't really know how to describe that finish. That was just insane. But there's Cameron Face in the interview room now. Cameron Face, Ryan Wayne, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah, Cameron, you were the dominant car here today, but in an overall just sloppy race altogether. I think we had 5 caution flags, but you're able to survive the chaos in the end, and you had that 2-tire call on pit road and was able to get you out ahead and be able to get your second win this year. Talk to us about everything that happened in those final 3 laps of the race.
Yeah, so I took 2 tires because I knew track position was the most important thing, and I was honestly scared that the 23 was just gonna run away with it there, because once the tires got cooled down, it was like you're on new tires again, man. So it was I'd say it was pretty even there at the end. It was gonna be between me and him, and then it looked like he just got dumped to me and was able to run away with it by 3 seconds, man. If I had a time for every time I won an Iowa ARCA race on a 2-tire call, I'd have 2 nickels, man.
Yeah, that's a great point as well. I remember that strategy call. I believe it was it last year or 2 years ago? Yeah, just like you talked about, get another Iowa win off a strategy call, and you were able to pull away and get a dominant victory. And this is the first win for MC Motorsports in quite some time. So good job on that performance tonight. And everybody want to give a shout out to before we move into race number 3?
Yeah, Marty Shmela, MC Motorsports, and yeah, Iowa Speedway, man. It's probably the best track I'm at, best track I'm best at in the game. The ARCA car is amazing too. So yeah, just thanks to Marty. Really appreciate him.
All right, and that is Cameron Face. And Cameron, congratulations. That's your second win this year, and we'll see what happens for race number 3.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right, and that is Cameron Face coming away with the victory from the pole position. We also have time for one more interview. We've got Joshua Fireball Colbert here after a second place finish tonight. A great effort there from Fireball. Fireball Colbert, this is Ryan Wayne in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, to be honest with you, you came out of nowhere on the live stream. We saw you turned around in turn number 1. You had to fight your way all the way back up toward the front, and out of nowhere, you popped your way up to P2 at the end. Talk to us about how you were able to pass all those cars toward the end and get yourself a second place finish here in Rebel Valley for race number 2.
I didn't get no practice or nothing, so I went into qualifying. I didn't know what to expect. I've never done these cars at this track. So I qualified way deep in the field, and then I was running in the back trying to figure out the track, and I made contact with my buddy Mason, and kept spinning out because my tires were shot on the right side. But we had a yellow towards the end of the race. I came in for a 2-tire stop, and after that, I mean, I was just fast as the leader. I don't know what I changed. I guess just 2 tires is the best for a short run, I guess. So yeah, on the white flag, I did get hit by some dude. I don't know what he was doing, but I somehow got through that massive wreck on the last lap, which I got second. So Pretty good. I'll take it. It's all right.
Yeah, we're going back and watch the replay right now of that last lap. You and Nathan McLaughlin were side by side here going into the turn, and yeah, contact there with the 57, and watch this continue forward here. We watch the 57 of McLaughlin. Oh yeah, there's a collision right there with Culver McGillen. And yeah, how about that? You just barely squeaked through the wreck and got your way up to P2, but amazing job right there, and a nice comeback to get a second place finish.
Yeah, I'll take it. Pretty good from where I started.
All right, and that is the number 22, Joshua, or 77 on stream with Joshua Fireball Colbreth. And congratulations on that second place finish.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move over to race number 3. We've got a lot of unhappy drivers after what happened there with race number 2, and hopefully that gets cleaned up here as we head into race number 3. So give me about 5 to 10 minutes to get it set up. I will be right back. All right, welcome to our final race tonight here on the Speed Demon Racing Network for Rebel Valley Sim Club action. It's going to be ARCA at Chicagoland, a track that has produced some amazing racing here in the past. Watch Ben Kuhn here in the number 17. He just recently made his return back here to Rebel Valley Sim Club. Putting laps here on the track. Michael Good currently the fastest right now, that number 5. Talked to Michael at the end of the... I just had a brain fart right there. I talked to Michael at the end of the Langley race. And did not have Iowa on the surface, but he does have Chicagoland and forward to running here. He was the winner on the last mile and a half track we ran. That was Homestead Gen 4 cars. Keep your eye on Michael Good tonight here. It's number 5. Grace McDowell in P2. Aaron May in P3. We also have, there's Ben Kuhn there in the 17, and Wyatt Blair, the number 73. Showing up as the number 5 here on the broadcast graphic, but it's around right there. So far, we've had 2 different winners in 2 races. Can we make it 3 for 3 here tonight? The field here. There's the 28 of Reed Holland. Also have Pop Bear Campbell, who's back as well. And there's Chase Ingram, the number 01, the McDonald's Chevrolet. I also want to welcome back a driver that you've not seen in a while. You haven't seen Austin Mitchell on a live stream. Well, Austin Mitchell just had a 1-month suspension after an intent wreck with Wyatt Blair with Next Gens at Talladega. It's a driver that is a staple here in Rebel Valley Sim Club, and that 1-month suspension, he's back in action here tonight. And that number 18, big Kyle Busch fan and driver out of Maryland, is trying to go back to victory lane. We have not seen him in victory lane this year in Rebel Valley Sim Club, which is kind of hard to believe, but this is a track we could see Austin Mitchell get some redemption here and go back to victory lane, but right now he is P6 here in practice. A lot of drivers are really looking forward to running Chicagoland. Last time we ran Chicagoland was with the in-season tournament in round 1. Daniel Mosteller and Harry Tondra put together a whale of a finish. It's similar tonight here for our final race. Aaron May currently the fastest right now, the number 10. Battle of the 10s here in this practice session right now between Swedell and May. I expect these lap times to be very close here tonight. Tire wear is definitely going to play a major role here. So we get 35 lap race here for these drivers. And on the track as we now have a new man on the top of the charts. That is the number 08. That is Logan Bolt. 30.816. What a lap right there for Logan Bolt. He's going to be P1 so far. Jet Miller in the 88. There's Fireball Colbreth. Talked to him after Iowa. Just was so shocked to come home P2. What happened early on in the race. Closing here on the tail end of this practice session. We've had a great turnout in all 3 races. Over 20 drivers registered here for all 3 races tonight. So I want to thank you all for tuning in and racing here tonight on the Speed Demon Racing Network. It definitely means a lot to have all these people join in and race here in Rebel Valley Sim Club. And we'll see what the future holds here for this community. Lap times are all very close here today. Wait for this practice session to end. For those who are just tuning in, Daniel Mosteller won race number 1 by 7/1000ths of a second over the number 34. You see on your screen, that's Trace McDowell, who is the son of current NASCAR Cup Series driver Michael McDowell. And in race number 2, we saw this man right here, Cameron Face, come away with race number 2. Get ready here for race number 3 in our final race tonight. So Logan Bolt in the 40 in the number 08 is going to go to the top of the charts here in this practice session. We're now on to qualifying, where 5 minutes to post down your fastest lap. A lot of the heavy hitters. I mean, you got Daniel Mosteller's not here. Gavin Austin's not here. I really don't know who will be the favorite here tonight. I mean, a lot of names I could see that could play a role in winning this race. If we're looking at guys that I think most likely have a chance to win tonight, I'm looking at like Bryce McDowell. I think has got a good chance. I think Marty Schmela has a good chance in that number 8. One guy that I honestly think that could surprise a lot of people tonight, looking through our entry list right now, Gallagher in double zero. But I think one guy I might keep my eye on here tonight is number 18 of Austin Mitchell. It's a guy that's going for redemption here in Rebel Valley Sim Club. Race getting that 1-month suspension. Back on the racetrack here. He's going to put down his first lap here on track. All these drivers kind of waiting toward the tail end of their laps here before they, or tail end of the session when they post times. But Bryce McDowell will be the first one on the board here at a 31. Now Reed Holland goes up to the top at a 30.802. And he's going to destroy that 28 car, so that's just going to be a 1-lap run there for Reed Holland. And now Derek Skladell to the top. How about Derek Skladell, a driver that's never won here at Rebel Valley Sim Club? He goes to the top at a 30.749. That's the fastest time we have seen here in practice. Well, here in general. No one eclipsed that 30.7 in practice. It destroys that car as Cameron Bates goes up to P2. Let's have a couple drivers remaining here in this qualifying session. There's Joshua Fireball Colbreth. Chase Ingram goes up to 4th. Let's have Mason Robertson. We'll see what he does. He goes up to P9. It's a good lap for Robertson at 31.010. Papa Bear Campbell here, the number 71. He goes up to P11, 31.03. Have Aaron May, the number 10. If you don't know Aaron May, Chicagoland is one of his favorite racetracks. I mean, it honestly might be his favorite racetrack. One race he was really looking forward to here before the start of the broadcast. And we'll see what he does here at the start-finish line. This is the number 10 of Aaron May. And he goes to the top of the charts by 3/1000ths of a second over Derek Skladell. So Aaron May goes to the top of the charts. We have 2 drivers remaining here to post a lap. It's Marty Schmela in the 8 and Joshua Fireball Colbert from the 77. We watch the number 8 of Marty Schmela. And Schmela goes up to P8 at a 30.9 flat. So P8 for number 8. I think everyone has posted a time now. We should head in straight into the race. We have 23 drivers here loaded into this session. Only 1 driver did not post a lap, and that was the number 18 of Austin Mitchell. Brett Cobb has only posted 1 lap as well, along with Reed Holland. A lot of guys got it done on here on their first lap, which is very impressive in its own right. Like Derek Skladell, Reed Holland, or mainly the 2 ones. Take a look at the current order right now. Wait for this time to expire here. About 20 seconds. But be sure to tune in next Monday. We'll have more set of races here on the channel. Might adjust my schedule here in a little bit. That's just a possibility, but definitely keep your eye on the schedule here for next Monday for the next set of races. I'm gonna go ahead and let this time expire. Hit the 5-minute timer right here. That's going to be it for qualifying. Yes, and you see, look at the track change. It's going to be all in shade here. Have a great battle tonight here at Chicagoland. Like I'm having a little bit of a bug here with my broadcasting software, so let me go ahead and see if we can possibly fix that. There we go. Looks like that's been fixed now. But the cars are now on track, and let's take a look at our starting lineup. Aaron May and Derek Swaddell battled the 10s here on row number 1. Row 2, we have Pair Chevrolets with Cameron Face in the 80 and Reed Holland. Chase Ingram in the 01 and Sebastian Safety with nice effort. Row 4, you have Trace McDowell in the 34 and Marty Schmela, number 8. Ben Kuhn in the 17 and Michael Good round out our top 10. You have Mason Robertson and Papa Bear Campbell in row number 6. Jet Miller and Nolan Kelly, row number 7. Row 8, Cole McGillen and Luke Gallagher. Row number 9, Wyatt Blair in the 73 and Logan Bolt, number 08. Row 10, Mason Lidke in the 88 and Joshua Fireball Culver. We have Brett Kolb and Mason Gubin will be in row number 11. And rounding out our field from 23rd, it is Austin Mitchell in the 18. Those are 23 drivers on track here for our final race tonight at Chicagoland. Set to match the real-life start time from the ARCA race that was run around July 4th weekend. Ready for these drivers to take the track, and probably one of the best tracks here on the iRacing service. Take a look now at our graphic from a little bit of a different look here. 75-degree air temp, 79-degree track temp. Here on this 1.5 mile racetrack in Joliet, Illinois. Same rules as before. Hopefully things get cleaned up after what was just a mess of race number 2 last race. Drivers are ready to take the track here. The pace car makes the hard left turn on the pit road, and the starter has the green flag in hand. Our final race of the night is green from Chicagoland. And a big jump right there by the 34. That's Trace McDowell who gets into Cameron Face. I don't think Face is going to be too happy with that. But Aaron May is going to lead the field down going on to the backstretch. Not like the look of this right now. Look at a lot of swerving here. Got a couple cars in the fence. They're going to keep it together here for now. Or so I think. Looks like they will keep it together, but it's going to be Aaron May, the 10. He's going to lead lap number 1 here at the stripe. This racing right now, 2, 3, and 4 wide, multi-groove racing. That is just what you want to see here on the 1.5 racetrack. As Aaron May's got the clean air right now, but Reed Holland there on the outside. That's Sinclair Oil Chevrolet. Yes, field setting their best times right now. You've got all 23 cars still in this pack. Kind of curious to see some of these guys that are laying back, like Kohler McGillen here in this 48. Is he just trying to wait for these tires to come into play late in this race? Great action here so far here at Chicagoland. About Sebastian Sapien in this number 17. This is a kid that has honestly improved a lot here in Rebel Valley. Got his career best finish a couple weeks ago with Gen Ford Auto Club. Came home P3. 17 right there is that second spot. How about Ben Kuhn in this number 17? He's going to work his way up to third on the outside. Gets around Reed Holland. Oh, and Trace McDowell gets into the side of Ben Kuhn. I thought we were going to be 4 wide there going into turn number 4, but Aaron May continues to lead. 4 wide going into turn 3. I don't know how this is going to work out. Nice job by the 80, though, of Cameron Face, lifting off the gas and was able to keep it together. So nice job there to keep that racing. Now goes to third. Ben Kuhn trying to hold on to 4th place as you see the double zero there of Luke Gallagher. He's done a nice job working his way through the field, up 9 spots here from the start of this race. But I think right now you want to be on that outside line. It's a close call there with 17 to the 80. Now Ben Kuhn up against the wall, trying to hold on to that top 5 spot or 4th place spot here. And Cameron Face gets clear. And contact. That is Kuhn and the 10 of Derek Slidell. And Slidell is going to collect Nolan Kelly as well. Surprise, no yellow for that, but we're going to stay green here with Aaron May out front. Got Sapien in second. There's Trace McDowell and Cameron Face. They fight for third. 17 cars separated here by 2 seconds. This next time by, it's going to be 28 laps to go. That's Sebastian Sapien in this 17. Oh, and Trace McDowell, a heavy hit into the wall. He collects Luke Gallagher. What a hit. And up into the air goes the double zero. That, my friends, was our most vicious crash tonight. Wow. That 34 of Trace McDowell went head on to the wall, and then double zero of Luke Gallagher turned into a spaceship. I don't think there's any other way to put it. What a crash right there here on lap number 8. That's definitely going to be the end of the day here for Luke Gallagher. That car is destroyed. All right, let's take a look what happened to bring out the yellow. Back this up just a little bit here. I think the 34 came down, and watch this double zero right here. Oh my gosh, that is the 28 of Reed Holland that just sent him up into the air. Nothing the 28 could do. Ah, that is a nasty ride right there for Luke Gallagher. All right, let's ride on board here with Luke. Oh my gosh, look at that car going up in the air. That was off the onboard of Mason Robertson, but holy cow, what a wreck right there. Good time for drivers to come down pit road. You got Kohler McGillen. I'm surprised the 28 is still rolling after that hit. That's Reed Holland. Limited cars came on the pit road, and we're going to go back green this time by here. Evans have decided to shorten this caution. 28 gets his laps back. We have 3 cars out of the race here, but it's going to be Aaron May who's going to be the control car here on this restart, with Sebastian Sapien on the outside. Carter has the green flag at hand, and we're green here from Chicagoland. And contact there, that's Austin Mitchell in the number 18, who has bullied his way up to P2. Started at the tail end of this field, and here he is in the top 3. You got an MC Motorsports Brigade right here with Cameron Face and Martin Schmela. It's Jet Miller in the 88. Haven't talked much about him either in this 88 car, as he's side by side with Austin Mitchell here for P5. Mitchell gets into the side of Jet Miller. As we'll see what Cameron Face can do as he's close into that back bumper of the number 10 of Aaron May. More contact into the wall there. It's Mason Robertson in the number 20. It's right on board with Sebastian Sapien. We got the sun glaring into turn number 3 as Cameron Face is going to shoot it to the inside. Cameron Face in the 80. Trying to get clear. He will not get clear there from the inside as Aaron May is going to stay side by side here. Going into turn number 1 next time. Wonder what Sapien was going to do with the run. Looks like it's going to die out for him as he stays back in P3. That's Marty Schmela on the outside of number 8. Schmela finished in the top 5 in the in-season tournament race at Chicagoland. He's no strain for running well here as contact with Face into the back of Aaron May. Are we going to be 3 wide for the lead? Aaron May's going to have the position here on the outside line, but Sebastian Sapien all the way up against the apron. Marty Schmela's probably going to be pushing the 10 here, going to the 1. And Sapien gets into Jet Miller. Close call right there. They continue to fight on as Aaron May stays out in front. How about Joshua Fireball Culver trying to start at the back and work his way toward the front. He's up to P3 here on the inside of Marty Schmela in the number 8. But next time by, it's going to be 21 laps to go. Cameron Face trying to make a run here on that inside line here in that number 80 car. Down the backstretch. How about Marty Schmela's going to send it in here to the inside. Marty Schmela for MC Motorsports. He's going to go to the lead. More contact right behind. Aaron May losing the lead. Now he's in danger of losing more spots. Here comes Austin Mitchell in the 18. 3 wide on the outside here for number 18 of Austin Mitchell. That's the 80 who's going to slide up into the middle of the racetrack. Have Joshua Fireball Culver in the mix, but Austin Mitchell goes to P2. Very racy here at this front of this field. Marty Schmela out front though by 0.2 of a second here with 19 to go. Looks like a moment there for Aaron May as he was way off that pace the last time by at a 31.1. Or 31.094. He drops all the way back here to P11. Schmela up to first. Here's Mitchell and Cameron Face, who are second and third. And have Jet Miller going for his first win as well, that number 88. He's going to get clear of Cameron Face. With 18 to go. Ben Kuhn. Let's give a shout out to Ben Kuhn as well. We saw him crash with Derek Slidell, and he's up to P8 after the spin. Nice recovery there from that snap-on Toyota. Holds on at P8, and you have Logan Bolt, Logan Bolt. Nice run there in P9. Aaron May drops back to 10. Josh Fireball Coleman's also back in 12th. We saw him up toward the front earlier as well. But 17 to go for Marty Schmela. Austin Mitchell is the fastest car on one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. On that back bumper here of Marty Schmela, I think that 30 air is going to affect him a lot. What a battle here. The front 4 cars single file. Look at the top 4 here in this running order. Have not won a race this year at Rebel Valley. Some of them have never won a race ever, like Sebastian Sapien and Jet Miller. They've got a good opportunity here with 16 laps to go. Austin Mitchell puts it to the fence. That's going to affect his momentum right here. But a lot of drivers right now just trying to keep that car pinned to the outside. Sebastian Sapien gets clear for P3 ahead of Jet Miller. We saw Aaron May had a moment. He's going to work his way back up into P5 right here with this pass on Wyatt Blair. Marty Schmela trying to lead this thing. It's been a while since we've seen this 8 victory lane. I believe it was Michigan with the next-gen cars last time we saw this 8 car in victory lane. Making those starts here in Rebel Valley this year. And he's trying to get his 3rd win in Rebel Valley. The lap times last time by. Your Island's 10 of Aaron May is trying to catch back up. He had that moment. Trying to catch back up here to the rest of the pack. Fastest cars on the racetrack the last time by. And also Cole McGillen. Keep your eye on him as well. Ireland's really good job at tire saving. Might be in a good spot here as well, trying to work his way back up toward the front. Yeah, Marty Schmela at a 31 here. It's top 5. It's not separated too far away right now. Top 5 separated by 0.6 of a second with 13 to go. Got a pass here for P4. Aaron May works his way up to 4th. It's 12 to go here for Marty Schmela. Miller's dropped back to P5, and you've got Ben Kuhn in 6th. How about Logan Bull? Give a call to him as well in P7. Chase Ingram in 8th. You've got the battle for 9th here between Wyatt Blair and Cole McGillen. Also Brett Cobb right there at number 19 as well. These guys continue to battle for position. That's contact. That's Logan Bolt into the wall. And back up front here. Schmela leads. Here's Aaron May, the 10, who's worked his way around Sebastian Sapien, and now he's going to be inside of Austin Mitchell. Battle for P2 rages on. You see May gets clear of Sapien. Does anybody have anything here for the 8 of Marty Schmela? Aaron May running a little bit of a different line right here, trying to do a little bit of a mini diamond. Trying to get a run off the corner. But 10 to go here for Marty Schmela. Who can hold on their tire? Where are the best here in these final 10 laps? But the draft here might play the advantage with the 18 and the 10. If they can work together, they might have a shot to catch this 8 car. As Austin Mitchell's going to put it in the fence. Trying to give it everything he's got. Look back behind as well for P7. That's Cole McGillen, who has made a nice charge here on this restart. He's battling on the back bumper here of Chase Ingram. It's really good lap times as of late. Fireball Culbreth, there's Logan Bolt. Back in 12th now, battling with Wyatt Blair, Garrett Slidell. You got Papa Bear Campbell, Mason Litke, Mason Robertson, Michael Good, and Mason Gubick. That's our 19 car still on track here with 8 to go. Does Austin Mitchell have anything left here with 7 laps to go in this race? Gap right now at about 0.2 of a second. And here's Sebastian Sapien. This is a great run for you as well. You have a chance here to possibly get your first career win. Jet Miller comfortably there in 5th. There's Ben Kuhn, Cole McGillen, and Chase Ingram all fighting for P6 right here. There's Cameron Pace as well, the number 80, who represents a trio of MC Motorsports cars. They'll work their way up into the top 10. So we've got this battle for second. That's Aaron May, the 10, who's going to get clear of Austin Mitchell. So Aaron May goes to P2, and Sebastian Sapien's going to follow suit. So Sapien goes to 3rd. Mitchell drops back to 4th. Now it's up to Aaron May and Marty Schmela trying to mount a charge. The 2 drivers that competed for the in-season tournament championship, so they have the history with each other. But 5 to go this time. They want to run a nice smooth line here at the end of this race. What Marty Schmela is trying to do here, but look at the lap times. Even with the battles right there, Aaron May and Sebastian Sapien were both faster compared to this number 8 of Marty Schmela. Austin Mitchell just running that Larson line right now, doing whatever he can to work his way up toward the front. But it's 4 to go here for Schmela. Right on board here with Aaron May. Nice smooth line there from the 8 of Marty Schmela. I feel like the 8 does a much better job here on corner entry, but the 10 just reels him back in on corner exit. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out here with 3 laps to go in this race. Those guys continue to battle. There's Kohler McGillen. Contact with Jet Miller and Chase Ingram. Those guys are fighting for position here on the racetrack. These two still are in a match right here. Need a battle. It's going to be 2 laps to go this time by for Marty Schmela. Just not enough there from the 10 to be able to catch up. He needs to get about a 10th or 2 on this 8 car. He's going to have a chance to win this race. But it's Marty Schmela out front here. Kohler McGillen is comfortably there in the 5th spot. Looks like Jet Miller is on pit road as well. Marty Schmela has just got 4 more corners to navigate. And it's going to be a white flag this time by here for Marty Schmela. After getting the lead there, he was able to hold on, but this is going to be one final chance for Aaron May, the 10. It's going to be a battle for 3rd as well between Sebastian Sapien and Austin Mitchell. They will fight for that last spot in the podium. Final shot here from Aaron May, the 10. He's going to send it in, and he's not going to have it off. Going around turn number 4. Give the victory to Marty Schmela. He wins here at Chicagoland. To watch the field cross the start-finish line, congratulations to Marty Schmela. He holds off Aaron May to get his 3rd win this year at Rebel Valley Sim Club, and that'll tie him with Wyatt Blair for the 2nd most wins this year in Rebel Valley. For Marty Schmela, this is his 1st win since May 18th with the Next Gen cars at Michigan. And that's back-to-back for MC Motorsports as well after the Cameron Face win at Iowa. And Marty Schmela is going to burn it down here at the start-finish line. We'll go ahead and head over to the interviews room and get an interview with the driver, the number 8. Wait for the number 8 of Marty Schmela to enter the interview room. Aaron May came home P2 in this race, and then Sebastian Sapien ties his career best finish in Rebel Valley with 3rd. Austin Mitchell in his return comes home 4th, and Kohler McGillen with another impressive run. He'll come home P5, the number 48. Go ahead and give it a little bit more time here for the number 8 of Marty Schmela. Wait for him to join our interview room here. And there he is. Marty Schmela, this is Ryan Wayne in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Been a while since we've seen you in victory lane. It was May with the Next Gen cars at Michigan, and this is your 3rd win this year, which will tie you with Wyatt Blair for 2nd most for drivers this year in Rebel Valley. You had a hard charge there from Aaron May at the end. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the in-season tournament battle you guys had at Kansas for the championship. Talk to us about those last couple laps and how you were able to hold off the 10 to get your third win this year.
Yeah, I was definitely going through my head there. Those the in-season tournament battle, it was a very similar situation. But yeah, in turns 1 and 2, we had a great car. Turns 1 and 2, just practically could be full throttle the whole time. But then 3 and 4 was really our struggle spot. I would kind of gain on May in turns 1 and 2, and he would catch on me strongly in turns 3 and 4. But yeah, what a fun race. I mean, shoot, wasn't really expecting this, to be honest, but ARCA with intermediates, it's a good car for us, and those first couple laps were really fun. Everyone was 4 wide, 3 wide. I mean, it was just crazy battling all throughout, and yeah, just fun. We didn't really know what we had. We didn't do any practice. We just did qualified 9th, but we realized the outside was the place to go. We pretty much stayed there all race, and then yeah, made the pass on Aaron May early there after that restart. Really fun there, big old slide job right to the lead, and just never looked back. So very fun, a great night for MC Motorsports here. We haven't won in Rebel Valley since Wyatt Blair did his part-time start at Brands Hatch, but for a full-time driver, yeah, it was since May for me. So for the team. So to come up with 2 wins tonight for the team, it was really a special night for the MC Motorsports operation. But yeah, just fun racing. We got to thank the sponsors, Fox Valley Mosquito Tick Control, Warner Commercial Roofing, Valley Trusses, Prime Steer Supper Club, Hurling Clark Law Firm, Sheer Envy Hair and Nail Salon, Ritual of Ink, Mendoza Landscapes at Shadow Lawns, Q90 FM, and PC Designs for supporting us in our real life operation with me and Cole Trudeau, and it's fun to have fun during the week on the simulator as well.
Well, either way, congratulations on the win. That's your 3rd win this year, and hope to see you back here next week for our next set of races.
Oh yeah, we will be there.
All right. Thank you for taking the time there, Marty Schmela. We'll have time for, I think, one more interview here. Let's see. Actually, we might be able to get 2 in. We've got Luke Gallagher in the 00 and Sebastian Sapien, who came home 3rd place. So we'll start with Luke Gallagher here in the 00. Luke Gallagher, this is Ryan Wayne in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right, you had a good run going there, and then you just had probably the craziest wreck here tonight, involving with the 34 of Trace McDowell. Walk us through what you saw right there, and is there anything you feel like you could have done a little bit differently to avoid that wreck, or just felt like you just were at the wrong place at the wrong time?
Well, I mean, I don't think I was already committed to the top going into 1 and 2 that time, and he bounced off the wall, and then there was just nowhere for me to go. The next thing I knew, I was flying through the air upside down in front of everybody. Glad you were able to actually catch it on the broadcast, though. It was a fun race. I was having a lot of fun. I drove, I think I passed like 10 cars in 5 laps and was on my way to the lead. It's the first time in a while I decided I wasn't going to ride around. Probably could have had a chance to do something, but I guess it wasn't meant to be yet again.
Yeah, I know this is something, a Rebel Valley win is something you've definitely been trying to shoot for. It's kind of like the Dale Earnhardt going for the Daytona 500, 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. That's kind of the similar mantra you have here trying to get your first win in Rebel Valley, but unfortunate wreck right there for you. But does everybody want to give a shout out to before we head off to our last interview for tonight?
It's just Aaron May and everybody in Speed Demon, just for hanging out. I mean, a lot of the tips he's given me for this track have helped me tremendously. Just wasn't really able to put much of them to use before I crashed.
Well, I hope to see you back here next week as well, and thank you for taking the time for an interview.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, and that's going to be Luke Gallagher. We'll have time for one more interview here, and it's going to be Sebastian Sapien. Give a call here to Sebastian Sapien as well. Had a great run tonight. Sebastian Sapien, this is Ryan Way in the booth. You got a copy? Oh, let's try it one more time.
Yep, I do.
Okay, there we go. All right, great run for you. I think this ties your career best finish here in Rebel Valley. Came home P3. Was able to run up in the top 5 the majority of the race. Is there anything you feel like you could have done a little bit differently at the end to be able to get your first career win?
One thing I think I could have done better is I think I could have pushed a little harder because I was saving too much tire, and then it was hard to save with dirty air and stuff. You have to turn so much more, so I think I should have probably took my chances while I had it to at least get the second and then try pushing from there. But I think my overall pace, I was pretty good. not the best though. I could be better at that, but you learn over time.
Yeah, I was kind of talking to the broadcast. You're definitely one of the drivers that's improved drastically here since your first time here in Rebel Valley. And yeah, I remember that run at Auto Club. You were very close to being able to get that first win, and you're definitely going one step closer to inching closer here to your first win. But good run tonight, and hope to see you in future races.
Thank you.
All right, that's Sebastian Sapien, and that's going to be all the time we have here on the channel. It's going to be our final interview here for tonight. I want to thank everyone for coming out here for tonight's races. Our race 1 and 3 were honestly really good races. Had some great battles all throughout the field. Race 2 was just a cluster. There's no other way to put it. It was just a mess here from the field. But all in all, just want to thank everyone for coming out here for tonight's races, and it was a lot of fun. Appreciate you all taking the time and running here on the Speed Demon Racing Network. Make sure to scan that QR code in the top right corner to join the Discord. And my name is Ryan Wayne, and I will be signing off. We'll see you next